Okay, let's roll. We're back. You're back. I'm back. Now we got these pieces. They're like my little people, little characters. Let's start with the 3D sculptures. This one's a little hard to see. I could see that in the monitor. This is Death. Don't be afraid. I know it's a little spooky looking. Can't really see the face. This guy, I think he's drunk lately. I don't know. He's having trouble standing up. Come on. There you go. All right. This is the Three of Wands. Aries, fire. I should have mentioned that's the death piece here is Scorpio. Your piece, your major arcana. It's nice when you show up in your own reading. And then the Fool. Another major arcana. So you got 2 major arcana out of 3 pieces. And guess what? That's considered Scorpio too. Scorpio and Aquarius. So far we already have water, fire, and air. Not sure. Let's hold off. We'll go over these pieces a little more in depth. Then we'll come back to my do-it-yourself oracle cards. Well, you know, death, it is scary. Even endings are scary, even if it's not a life. But it's as natural as being born. This week in our family, we have a new baby. The baby and mother are still in the hospital. And we had a death in the same family within a week. We went to the funeral a few days ago. He was young. He was just around 40, had his own children. So, even though the death piece isn't about death, it can be. And I don't know why everybody skirts around it. Love readings are great. Career readings are great. And if that comes up, great, right? And I'm not saying this is about death. It's just the death piece is about change. And the spirits behind it has a little more power than a minor arcana set. It's really about a full stop. And it's whether we want it or not. I mean, maybe you could see something coming. Could also look at it as an ending. Maybe you saw the ending, maybe even brought it on. You could have initiated this ending. Say it's a job, you could have quit. Say it's a significant other, maybe you ended it or you're about to end it. The word I like is transmogrify. Comes from transformare, which is Latin or Italian. It's to transform. I personally like change, usually. I think we all can get bored after a while, right? No matter how good things are. Human nature is to move forward, to do better and better, no matter how well we've done or what we've been given. So we shouldn't think of it as a negative thing. Not always. In fact, it could be the opposite. It could be very beautiful and very exciting change. And you know, whether we like it or not, the world doesn't skip a beat no matter what happens. Never, not really. Our heart might skip a beat or feel like it did, but it's like the tides in the ocean. They never stop. They come in, they go out. They come in, they go out. And we love that, right? I love it. I love watching the tides come in and out. The sounds, the scent of the beach. Weather's getting warm here. I can't wait to spend more time at the beach. That's exciting. That's the kind of change I like. So then we go to this centerpiece, the whack-a-mole, Three of Wands. Because it's fire, it means it has energy behind it, Aries, and it's the sun. And the sun's a very positive energy. We're just talking about the ocean. You have the ocean and the sun. It's a warm, beautiful feeling. And we have water here, Scorpio. One of my Scorpio friends, one of my best friends, she says she doesn't feel ready unless she sees water every so often. Sometimes you just have to get out and walk to the water or take a car, whatever it takes. She has to see the water, be near it. Now the Three of Wands, it's usually, like when you see the traditional card, it's a guy standing there, three wands, and looking out towards the ships coming in and out, like waiting for the ship to come in. Or what it can mean is you've already started down a road. Could be business, could be anything. Could be in your mind. Maybe you have a project in your mind and you've started it. It's not late stages. You made the choice with the two to go in this direction and you started rolling, and it's going pretty good. It can even mean success, early success, or you see the signs of success. Threes are about small groups. It has to do with people. Even if we're working on something, for some reason, we have to remember to live each day, like waiting, looking out, waiting. It's not the way to do it. It's better to act. It's better to live that day, every single day, every minute. Now I want to come back to these cards because this has something to do with it. You have far right here. Far kind of speaks of distances, places, but it could be, again, inside of us, our spirit, our minds, our hearts. Then it has this arrow going over here, but it's going up, which is good. So what's this? Let's talk about this now then. Let's just do it. Give, write, listen. So I think if it is business or a relationship, it might seem far off, like that guy waiting, looking out at the water. It might seem far off, but if you give it the right energy, if you listen to your intuition and believe in it, listen to yourself. Could do homework and listen to experts or whatever, even friends who you can rely on, who you respect what they have to say. But things might not be as far off as you think. That's another meaning it could be. But you got to do the work. Give it the right energy. If it's love, give it the right energy. If it seems far off, like it's never going to happen, you might have somebody who's far off from you at a real distance, physical distance. If you give it the right energy, you can make it happen. You can meet. You can make it happen. But you got to listen to yourself too. And this also has to do with the Fool here, which is 0. And 0 is starting something new, and it's starting it in a carefree manner, fresh, fun, going at it with a child's energy. I love the Fool. I mean, certainly can't be an artist if you don't have that Fool-like energy. Picasso said, take a whole lifetime to be a child again. We also have to be nimble with that whack-a-mole there, right? How do whack-a-moles work? Somehow you're supposed to know where that thing's going to pop up before it pops up and hit it on the head with that hammer. Well, how does that work? Are you just guessing? Is it the odds that if it popped up over there, it might not pop up over there again for a while? Some people are better at it than others. Why is that? I think you got to listen to something inside you. Give it the right energy. You have to be ready. You have to be nimble, fast, hot like fire. And you also have this Fool's energy, like playing golf. They say it's all in relaxing. It's like, why are you better one day than the other? And it's all about movement and flow and how you feel. And I think that's what this whole thing's about here. I mean, I would say at this point in the reading, the main thing is change is inevitable. It's happening now or it's going to happen soon. Big change, full stop. After that, you go to the Fool, which is a 0. You have to come back from it, whatever it is, whatever this shocking change is, transformation. And you got to work on it. Like this 3, you might have partners to help you out, work with other people, be nimble, but to not wait on that shore for it. Plan, do the work. All right, let's clarify something here. I feel like clarifying. How about we clarify a card? Let's clarify listen. I want to clarify listen. I already shuffled. Whoop, one came out already. Oh, bent in half too. 9 of Swords. Oh boy. That's a tough one. That's tough energy. The card is called Lord of Despair and Cruelty. Oh my God. That would be a Gemini. Let's take a look. Yeah, you see the symbols? Okay, so this is for listen. Wow, this one feels like a warning. Yeah. I mean, this seems to me to go with the death piece here, the death card. Because this is super heavy. It's like when things are so bad, you can't even sleep. It's like mental exhaustion, really bad fears, total negative thinking. It's just awful. Once you have these problems, if you overthink them and go over them over, this is an air sign here, go over and over, it's even worse. It can become like mental torture. Gone far enough, it could turn into a illness or a disorder. Very stressed, very stressed. And it's a 9, so this, whatever this was, had been going on a long time. It's a 9. A 10 is culmination. In this case, I think death is the end. So I would say listen to yourself, but listen to these messages and other messages around you. Whatever this anxiety and stuff is, it's going to end soon. It has to end. If it doesn't end naturally, you have to somehow make it end by, I mean, this card says you're unable to process. You might need help with that. You might actually need a professional. If you're here watching tarot, you're looking for answers and messages. Sometimes that works. So certain people, that's good, but it depends what it is, right? Let's get another one. That card's a little scary to me. We have everything but Earth here. I wonder if this is an Earth card right here. Let's see. This is the 4 of Swords. Oh, man. Something bad's happening. Definitely something heavy. These cards don't really show you. It's hard to get any meaning by looking at them. I mean, very abstract in a way. You know, symbols, swords, hands sticking up out of these clouds. Has a feeling of being scary, but this one's all about going within and trying to work your way out of something. I dropped the camera down a bit. I'm going to show you the piece that I made that goes with this. This is my 4 of Swords. I'm showing you because it does depict it not in exactly a traditional way, because traditionally a person's in a bed with 4 swords over them. They might be holding their head in anguish or resting. Move this up a little. Whoops, I want that to crash. So, whatever this is, there's a lot of thought going into it. Might point to meditation. Isolation. Isolation, some people don't like that. They don't like the word, they don't like the idea of being isolated. We've all been isolated too much already, right? But something heavy happens, it helps us work through any kind of problem we have. Sleep, rest, cry if necessary. Man, this turned out to be pretty heavy reading here. Wow. Well, the new moon's here, pretty sure. So I'm going to use a Moonology card to wrap this up. This is the book. So we get one card. Look for, you know, confirmations, clarity, advice. These are big. I can't get them on camera. One card, please. All right, we got one. Looks pretty beautiful. Oh no, there's 2. I'm only going to take the top one. Adjustments are required. 3rd quarter moon. It doesn't matter if these phases of the moon align with what's really happening now. The advice is still good. And it sounds like really makes a lot of sense in this reading. All right, so I looked this up in the book and we read it. I found it. Okay. You want to screenshot it? I hope it's sharp and the lighting's okay. I highly recommend getting this though. It's a beautiful book and deck and kit. All goes together. Okay, take a deep breath here. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there's also a lot of negativity and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecast now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. So now that you have come to some kind of understanding, it's time to act. There may also be a crisis now which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. So a crisis, we had the death here, we have the 9 and the 4 of swords, sure seems like something happened. And it advises, a crisis is here now. Remind yourself of what you want and what it's time to let go of. It's almost like you have to let go of something to get something. That comes up a lot and all this stuff. Tune to the moon. I am reevaluating the situation. Reevaluating. That's part of processing. Additional meanings for this card. Your life may be out of balance and this may be causing your issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. That's the 0, that's the Fool. Something new and exciting is around the corner. That's the 3 of Wands. Trust may be required to move this situation forward. Trust for yourself, trust in yourself. Give yourself the right energy, the right balance. Believe in yourself, listen to yourself, and give this the right energy. Something new and exciting is around the corner. I already said that. Okay, that's your reading. Sure hope it doesn't resonate with too many of you. It seems very serious. It's not that different than what's been happening in my life recently. Good and bad changes. The weather's changing. The situation with the virus is changing. Good and bad. So we got to get a balance on that. Got a handle. So thanks for coming. I really appreciate every one of you. It helps me a lot if you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Help get this out to more people. Use this as a forum. If you like venting, go ahead and vent. If you like, sharing what's going on, share. Might help somebody else. That's why I do this whole thing here. It's like a mission or like a vocation to do my part. Thanks again. Love you all.